So, what is a professional presenter's YAP? How do we use it? What's supposed to be in it? It's a tool for responding to opportunities, to inquiries that you're receiving. They can come from meeting planners or association executives or agents and bureaus. When that inquiry comes in, how will you respond? What tools will you use? How can you stand apart from the other speakers and trainers that are being asked to bid on the job or be considered for the opportunity? The advantages of using a YAP are it's going to give you a faster and better response, but it will also give you the opportunity to be more innovative, more creative. You're taking your website to them. In a sense, you're taking your information to them. You can email it, you can put it in a letter, but instead of asking them to go online and find some of your content and review it, you take specific information, maybe video clips that will apply to their theme or their opportunity, their company, their mission, their industry, and you send it straight to them. How do we succeed in the front of the room? Well, first of all, we have to get there. And to get there, we begin by responding to the invitation. We want to continuously develop better and better responses. This is CQI, continuous quality improvement. We see it in manufacturing and in engineering. We need to see it in our professions as well. We use a formal sales approach. Many speakers, trainers, and consultants did not come up through sales like some of us did. Well, because my background was sales, I found being able to sell my services using a value-added approach, not a commodity approach. I'm just another speaker. I'm pretty good. You need to hire me. Using a value-added approach. It's a very formal process. I teach it in my course called Nobody Wants to Hear You Speak. And they don't. What do they want? And when we figure out what they really want, then we can make the sale. That's how I've been able to book 5,200 engagements worldwide. That's why I'm a certified speaking professional, inducted into the Speakers Hall of Fame. I'm recognized as an outstanding speaker by Vistage, Impact Speaker of the Year, Lifetime Achievement Award. So I think I know what I'm doing, or at least I have some ideas that would help you sell more engagements. We're going to do pre-contact planning. So the invitation comes in, are you available on January 9th? You are, so you immediately send back, yes, I'm available. Wrong approach. What do we do before we make that contact? You review your YAP. There'll be things in your YAP you can use to make your response better than most others that the meeting planner is going to see. We ask rather than tell. The secret to value-added selling is not to tell people who we are, but to ask people who would they like for their provider to be. What are they looking for in a speaker? What is their audience looking for? And all of that's explained in the course. Nobody wants to hear you speak. And one of the critical tools that we can use is something called a post-contact critique. Now, what this means is, after every engagement, whether you received a sustained standing ovation or people were walking out before you finished, either way, stop and critique it. What worked, what didn't work. Add that to your YAP so that going forward in the future, you'll be able to make better contacts and have better interactions with your meeting planner, with whoever's booking the engagement, as well as with the audience. You want to be as unique in your response as you're going to be on the platform. No two speakers are the same. Some of us use similar content, but we deliver it differently. So you want that contact of yours to be as different as your presentation is going to be on the platform. But always, above everything else, be genuine. Be who you are. When we try to be something that we're not, it doesn't work out. So what should be in your YAP? Let's take a look. First of all, your biography and an introduction, because the decision maker wants to know, who is this individual? Are there things about this individual that I need to know? Are there benefits they could bring to the table that I'm unaware of? And there will be, so you want to have that front and center. Video clips are critical. It used to be we could send the meeting planner a 60-minute videotape and they would sit down and watch it. Can they open? Can they close? Can they engage the audience? Today, that doesn't work as well. So use clips instead. And in my Yap, you will see some clips that I use to help book business for myself. Articles that you've written, if they are germane to this industry or this company or this meeting planner, and to the topic they are requesting. Maybe you got an article published in a major publication, but it has nothing at all to do with what this meeting planner's meeting is all about. Don't bother sending that one. You can have an email response template. Now, I use this just to make sure I dot all the I's and cross all the T's. So if the inquiry comes in via email, which most of them do, I simply copy the template into a blank email, change the information that needs to be changed, drag and drop or cut and paste out of my Yap into the email, and I'm done. It's ready to go. It's customized. It's focused. And I can also add into the email anything else that I have picked up, especially what I learned from Nobody Wants to Hear You Speak. You can also have a text template if you're responding via text. I don't like using those. Even if the inquiry comes in through text, I like to find the meeting planner's contact information and send them something in an email because it can look better, feel better, sound better. Testimonials can be good. If you have testimonies especially that are favorable to the topic or address the topic that the meeting planner is looking for. Interactive materials. In my Yap, you will see an interactive PDF. I left it in there. Normally, I would shrink it down and send it as a separate PDF, but I left it all in there just so you can see how interactive a PDF can be. Create as much interaction in your response as possible. Think about it. Instead of this being a one-way communication, you are talking to them. They are now interacting and reacting with your content. See what you can do with that. And then consider building a Yap for them, a special Yap just for them. Now, my entire Yap, I have several of them, but sometimes the inquiry comes in. It's a very familiar situation. I send virtually the entire Yap. It's not that big. It has the pertinent information in it, but consider building an individual app, especially for those key opportunities, the big tent meetings. Include a short video greeting. I recently went looking at a car online at a dealership, and via text, I got a video from the salesperson. He was simply sitting at his desk and saying, "Hey, thank you for looking at this car. What can I do to help?" That's all it takes. Personalize it. Call them by name and address their issues. Via email, you can send it as an attachment or you can send a QR code. Put your Yap up on a server somewhere and have a URL converted to a QR code. You can actually mail it, as a matter of fact, or you can overnight it. You can put it in a letter. Imagine that. Somebody receives a letter, they open it up, it's from you, and you're being very specific. Thank you for the opportunity to be considered for your January 9th meeting. I have some ideas that I think might benefit your organization, and I've put them in a video, put them in a package. If you'll just click on this QR code here, it will take you to the place on the web where you can review the information at your convenience. Thank you very much. Is that going to set you apart from the other people that are being considered for the opportunity? So here's the cycle and how it works. The inquiry comes in. It could be a corporate client, association executive, bureau, or agent. It could be almost anybody. Always assume it's competitive. Even if they say, "I was talking to one of your best customers, and they said by all means we needed to bring you in. You're one of the best speakers they ever had." Still, it could be competitive. Take nothing for granted. Nothing is a shoo-in. From there, we go to what we've learned from our sales process. And again, the one that I recommend is this one, but how did you learn to sell? Follow the steps. Add any additional statements or elements based on the results. Now, as you go through the steps of any sales process, you'll find things you could do differently. Put it in your Yap. The next time you go through this, there it will be. Save everything as a PDF. Whatever you're going to put in your Yap, save it as a PDF, and then you'll add that to the Yap. Now, go to your basic Yap or make a new one. We're about to build a new one here in this video. Go to your Yap or build a new one and drag and drop or cut and paste all the elements that you want to be in this Yap going to this meeting planner for this particular conference. See how customized it can be? Then you can email it, you can message it, you can print it and mail it to them. Then your response goes out. This response is going to be better, faster, more comprehensive, probably more professional, and at least more competitive than any that you've ever done before. Okay, let's go build an app, let's go build a Yap from scratch. The first thing that we will do is decide what files are going to go into our Yap, and we convert all of them, if possible, into a PDF. As you will see, we have one Excel app. It's a calculator, and that doesn't work in a PDF format, so we'll have to email that or put it in a zip file and send it to the customer or make it available online. So the first thing I'm going to do is go find the files that I have put into a folder, and you'll notice I've called this folder My Yap. And these are all the files. There's a one sheet that tells what I'm all about, but that's actually built in PowerPoint. And you'll see why in just a moment. Here's the email response template that I use. Here's a bulleted introduction. So when you're introducing me, here are 20 things you might want to consider. Pick 5, pick 6, pick 4, pick 3, and just use the ones that are most relevant for your audience and your meeting. Then there's a bio, so they'll know my background and what I'm all about. And there's one interactive PDF in there so that you can actually see how a PDF works. Then I have the MPROI, the Meeting Planner Return on Investment Calculator, in this same folder. So now what I will do is I will go to Adobe Acrobat, and I use Acrobat Pro, and I'm actually going to build my Yap. What I want to do then is to create a new Yap, a new app that's going to be PDF based. So what I'm going to do here is combine files. I'm going to put all of those files into one PDF file. So I click on Combine Files. That's pretty intuitive. Add Files. That's pretty intuitive. And I will go now and find those files that we were just looking at. And let's see, where did I put that? I put it right here, My Yap, there they are. So I'm going to go and put all of these PDF files into my Yap. Here they are. Now I'm going to arrange them in the way that I would like for them to appear. The one that I created in PowerPoint has a title slide, so I'll put that over here at the very front. And the next one I want to put up then is my bio. Who is this guy that's sending you information? Here's an intro. And then here is that interactive PDF that I told you about. And here's the template for sending out a email. So I make sure I dot all the I's and cross all the T's. That's my Yap. Now what I need to do is to build it by combining it. So I click a button called Combine. There's the Yap. Now it recognizes, Adobe does, that there's an interactive PDF in there, and if any of the interactive forms or placeholders have the same name, it's going to confuse it, but that's not the case here. So let's look at my Yap. So we built an app. Let's look at it. You'll notice I put scroll on here so that the user will know how to navigate without having to think about it. This app is best viewed in landscape mode in case they're looking at it on their phone. The images will be small if they try to look at it portrait, but if they look at it landscape, it'll look so much better. Then I put an index page. On this index page are images from each of the other sections in this Yap. So there's a section on videos, my bio. You click on it and it goes right to the bio, return to the index, it comes right back up here. If they want to go see the videos, they click here and watch what happens. Here's the evolution of AI the way I see it. You'll notice it went to YouTube, grabbed my video. I didn't have to open the browser. I didn't have to do anything but simply click on the icon, and there it is. The next section is how to train your people using DIY training. Now, here's why I use this. I tell my clients, once I've worked with your group, I'm not going away. I will provide you e-learning, online training. And if you want to know how to conduct an e-learning DIY in-house training, all you have to do is watch this video. They can click, and again, it goes to YouTube, finds the video. I just put it on pause for some reason. Finds the video and starts playing automatically. Again, we don't have to open the browser. They don't have to do anything. They just simply click, and there's the video. Oh, I put the MPROI calculator on here. I don't normally announce this because this is one of my secret tools, but Meeting Planner Return on Investment Calculator. How to make your next meeting a profit center rather than an expense center. Remember, we said that if you use an Excel sheet, it will not function as an interactive PDF. So what the user has to do is download it in a zip file. All they have to do is click here, and the zip file downloads to their computer. It'll be in their download file or wherever they decide to put it. But if they want to know how to use the MPROI calculator, all they have to do is click here. And again, it goes online. It finds the tool that teaches them how to use the MPROI calculator and how they can turn their next meeting into a profit center if they will simply invest more in the talent that they bring to the front of the
Meeting Planner ROI Calculator is a tool that meeting planners can use to justify or increase.
The next section is my bio or intro, the long form intro. This is a bulleted introduction. I find that meeting planners like this because here's a whole bunch of things about me. They can pick the 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that they want to use that they think will be most relevant for their audience. Another thing that it does, it makes them look professional. Instead of reading a script and maybe missing a word or two, they simply look down and say, here's something you might want to know about this speaker, about this trainer. The next page is an interactive PDF, the one that we had the warning about. This one is in here just to show you how useful an interactive PDF can be as a training tool. Now, this is not the entire training program. This is the first few pages. There's an introduction. This is a tool. AI is a tool. This is a tool. And they simply fill in the blanks. And as they fill in the blanks, they can navigate through the training program by using these icons. And it will take them, this is what a buyer's mission statement should look like. And you click on it and it gives a definition. Then I mentioned the template that I use for email messages. I start with this and then I go back and change the text based on who the individual is. What you want to think about doing is having your YAPP as versatile and as viable as possible. This is an incredible tool. It sets you apart from the competition. It gives you the opportunity for creativity. It makes it as easy as possible, not only for the meeting planner or the decision maker to see who you are, but they get engaged. It becomes interesting. I have yet to have a meeting planner click on one video. Oh, well, that was good. Let's see what the other ones are. So build your app. Build it using the nobody wants to hear you speak information, the process that's explained there, and then using interactive PDFs and any other tool that you have. If you know PowerPoint, Word, or Excel, you're almost there. And remember, teach others. Whatever you've learned about success, whatever you've learned about going to the top, as Zig used to say, teach others.